Good evening, Toronto. We've got one hell of a series for you tonight as TMU Bold and UofT Academy are facing off live. Today, my name is Zach, aka Spaffles, and I'm joined on the caster's couch by a rather unfamiliar face to some of you, but a rather familiar one to the rest. How about you take it away?
Hi, everybody. My name is Marco. I'm the previous UofT esports president, and I'm happy to be here casting here on the LAN. So as you might have seen from the intro screen, we have a lot of things going for us. We have a whole lab at our fingertips, courtesy of TMU. There's 36 high-power gaming PCs powered by AMD, paired up with 240 Hz monitors and some pretty nice peripherals to go follow up them with.
Yep, massive shout out to Red Bull. Of course, they have the namesake. They have sponsored the Lab Gaming Room. And massive shout out to TMU Esports as well for allowing us to use the space for tonight's games. Now, if you want a chance to perhaps play at these setups or just check out the room for yourself, make sure to go follow TMU Esports out on Twitter, as well as go join the TMU Esports Discord to be notified of opportunities to come visit in person.
Yeah, enough about that though. How about we look at the rosters that are playing tonight? That's a little bit more exciting.
All right, sure, yeah, will be my pleasure. You know what? Since we're on TMU's turf, let's introduce them first. So, returning from a series of rebuilding in the fall semester, TMU Bold are looking pretty strong. Starting off with the DPS, we've got Jovabang and Zappy, Jovabang being square as well. Following up his second OWCS appearance under the illustrious Shikigami name, here comes Solo, being one of your supports for tonight. And then to round off the team, we've got the duo. We've got Min and Oats. There you go. I had a bit of a moment there. Between you and me, I mean, Solo's pretty much a goated player to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, Solo is coming from OWCS, from Shikigami. He's doing a great job over there, but, you know, even though it's all cool, like, I don't need to remind you of their record, do I?
I need a little blow. I mean, they are the top.
I guess they're okay, but I mean, we can look over at the UofT Academy Blue team and we can see how they're doing, right? And so I'm sure that many of our viewers this season will know Academy Blues are doing very, very well. They're pretty well accomplished this year, and they've only dropped one series this entire collegiate season. They've led the charge, and we've got Haru, who's going to be playing lots of ramp. He loves that character. He'll be leading up on tank. Following up with him with mastery of many flex sports is going to be the Invader and his partner in crime, DJ Ashton. Keeping up with everyone 100% positive, they're going to make it through with unscathed, with all the help from Roast Chicken and Warhater Sam. And it's going to be looking really exciting for the Academy Blues team to finally play off in our grand finals here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this show. It's going to be a pretty, close-knit series. I don't see any heavy favorites. I mean, we do have those players that we've grown so accustomed to this season on the Academy Blue. I mean, we've got stories on stories to tell about those guys, right?
Yeah, for sure. And like talking about storylines, right? Even if we take a look at the bracket, we talked just about, you said how close everything has been. And it really has been. You can look at a quick look at the bracket, and really the way that these teams have been performing has been phenomenal. They're clearly performing way above the pack of the rest of NACE Open Plus division, and it's really great that they finally get to meet each other. And it's awesome that we're going to be able to see them act here on live. So we can see both of them only dropped one map all the way through to these playoff seasons, and it's going to be a great time during this match.
Yeah, I mean, I'm especially looking forward to it. As you can see as well in the quarterfinals, that Academy Blues game versus Ball State Black, we streamed that a few weeks ago, and they were absolutely dominant. I mean, hey, if they can keep that momentum going, and it looks like they have, even on the stream where we didn't stream them, which Varsity Blue there. But anyways, I'm looking for a really, really strong send-off this season, and I think Academy Blues, they are the team to do it.
Really? You're going to be going for Academy Blues? I mean, I'm a little bit biased, so I'm going to also with my boys for Academy Blues. They've been working really hard. A lot of those players on that team, they've been here since I've been here. They've been 3+ years, working together. I think they have a really, really good shot at this, but of course, that's not to discredit TMU Bold at all. The players on there, a lot of new first years, right? Most of the faces are completely new, with the exception of Solo, but all of them have been performing really well, as you can see in the Open Plus division. And of course, Solo, even though he's a little bit more known for playing a different role, I'm sure that on the Flex Sport, he's going to have tons of
Yeah, and I mean, talking about UofT, right? Their team is facing off the last year. A lot, that next season there's going to be a lot of rebuilding and a lot of new players coming in. But right now, I want to highlight that TMU's team is a ton of first-year students. This is their first season playing together, and they've already managed to make it to the NACE Open Plus finals. And it's pretty incredible.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, both of these teams, again, they've showed a lot of promise. They're really punching above kind of the skill level that we've seen for the rest of the teams. This is going to be the first real challenge that both of these teams are going to have, and it's going to be against each other. It's going to be live online. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it so much. And you know what else I'm looking forward to? The new reveal of Season 10. I mean, hey, they came out swinging with the trailer and the dev blog this morning. Have you been keeping up?
Yeah, I have been. I think, we've seen a lot of different changes, right? One big one is going to be that rank change. Lots of people can be able to play from different skill ranges now. And of course, you don't have to mention like the new hero venture. I know everyone's going to be super excited to play them. We got really, really great feedback. And of course, some hero changes, right? We're going to see some changes to the tanks, probably a little shift to the meta from what we kind of have right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking really, really forward to especially the ball changes. Right, so they did a pretty unprecedented move and released the patch today early. Probably also to help out pro play because this is going to affect them when they play next weekend. But that gives us the upside of getting to preview some of the changes before they're in the game, and especially the ball rework, where they're going to introduce 3 new key points of his kit. Number 1, if ball does not go into fireball, he's going to get a cooldown refund, and he's also going to be able to pull himself towards tether. On top of all of that, he's also going to be able to share shields with his team. So he's looking like a really competent character. He's going to give just a lot of utility. We might even spearhead a dive meta. But how about we dive into the maps?
Yeah, even talking about kind of those ball changes, there's a lot of things that people have said, because being able to give heroes a lot of that HP and really make that dive more sustainable is going to be interesting. A lot of the times we've had these metas where the dive heroes end up not actually having too much sting. You have to trade backlines all the time. You have to trade even those dive heroes a lot of the time. And so when we look into how ball might affect it, it's going to be a huge difference. But of course, we're going to have to look at some of those other changes, right? We have those sick changes to his shield. It's going to come up faster. That's going to help him brawl a little bit more. We're going to also have Venture, of course, come out. And we're sure that there's going to be tons of really good Venture players out there.
Well, I mean, I can consider myself pretty excited for the future, but in the here and now, we're going to be heading to Antarctic Peninsula as map 1 to start off our series. I mean, what are your thoughts on Antarctic Peninsula as like kind of a map, as an experience? How does that feel?
Yeah, Antarctic is really, really interesting because when you look at the map and kind of the geometry, is that there's a lot of sharp corners and there's lots of easy ways to take cover for your team. Now, one of the things with that, obviously, is that means it's for your supports. It can make them a lot less vulnerable. There's a lot more small rooms that you can play around and really cover for your supports.
Yeah.
And what I expect to see is that we're going to see a lot of focus on the tanks here. We might end up seeing Maze come out or a lot of burst heroes in order to kind of capitalize on finding ways to take advantage of these tanks and the corners and the geometry that we see.
Yeah, I mean, I am super, super excited to see, what kind of strategies the teams go for, because although these maps are pretty homogenous, they can feel homogenous sometimes. The teams, it really depends on their angle of attack and how they are willing to, combat each other on them. And if they decide to go, okay, we're going to.
So even though I said things like the May, like the burst might come up, then there is a chance that we'll see those off-meta picks, right? We've seen a lot. I know Academy Blue, they love to play off-meta. Even when we look at TMU, they haven't necessarily been playing straight meta either, right? So there's definitely a possibility for a lot of altercations to the team and what they're going to be doing, and I think it'll be really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I am super, super excited for, like you mentioned, just the way that they're going to be playing into each other. And we're going to probably start off with an Orisa versus Orisa, the pretty standard composition that we've come to no one expects. But the real, the magic in comps like this, or in fights like this, is just seeing where those deviations are made. Who is the GOAT on Sojourn? Who is the slightly better Tracer? Who can land that extra headshot on Kirika? I mean, all those little differences, getting every ounce of power out of your hero, that's really make or break in these kinds of mirror comps.
Right, absolutely. And something that you have to think about even when you're doing that is that every single ability matters, right? That's exactly what you're saying. The difference between one of these heroes who are actually able to hit a spear, they're able to land all of their abilities, people are capitalized on top of each other. That's going to be a really big difference maker, even when we look at a miracle.
Yeah, and now heading in, do you have anything to say about these compositions?
Yeah, of course. And so we're going to see Academy Blue. They're going to be running out on the main. This is a little bit more standard. As I said, it's going to give you a lot more advantage with the geometry because you're able to take advantage of things like kind of bursting down the Orisa. And on the other hand, we're going to see Zappia on the Cassie and the Tracer. This isn't too bad either. It gives you a lot more burst power in general, I'd say. What we're going to be looking for here is how are the Fates going to sustain. Academy Blue is going to be wanting to take a lot faster fights.
Yep, now both teams coming up to it on the balcony, and DJ Asher with the opening pick onto Zappy. Getting a nice kill and pushing back UofT. Gotta run, gotta go fast. Getting another pick is Roast Chicken. Snolo, though, soon to follow up with the grave. No. He makes it away with 1 HP. Min 2. Jova Bang 69, though, with the kill onto Warhater Sam. That's a little bit of an overextension. That is a massive pick, leading them into the next fight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a huge pick from the side of Jova, but unfortunately, they also get picked on the side. So that's going to slow down their approach just a little bit. Obviously, with 2 supports and their tank up, they're still going to be able to walk up just a little bit. And we're going to also see that without the BAF, that Blue is going to walk back just a little bit. But you don't want to drop into the point just yet because it gives you not a very good ground advantage.
Yeah, UofT making sure to barrel stuff their opposition, though. Orisa does fall very, very low. O's forced to retreat for now as Solo is able to heal him up. Fortify force, but yep, Haru finds the kill onto Zappy. That is a crucial opening pick, though the point does get flipped over just in time to buy them a little bit more percentage. So DJ Ashtray and Haru getting more picks. Haru with the double kill onto Solo as well. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just a great job from Blue. I mean, they did a really good job of taking the entire rotation and kiting even without their BAF. They're down just a little bit, but they ended up taking advantage of the overextension from TMU Bold and then ended up capitalizing on it. They end up losing a little bit of percent, but obviously they're not going to be too mad just because they ended up holding a lot more of their ults.
Yep, now Force onto the point coming out from the Tracer, making sure to get that percentage up. Yep, there you go. The cap does flip. And now UofT are on the retreat, though not being able to get too much damage. In an early window, Terror Surge comes out. Kitsune Russian Pulse Bomb as well. DJ Ashtray finds the opening pick off the Min, but Zappy's able to trade it back. No Lucio. Warhater Sam and Haru, though, they are finding the picks. That's what you need to see from the teams, right? What the plays you're able to make happen, they all hinge on your DPS getting those kill secures, and just TMU aren't able to perform on the same level of UofT.
Yeah, I mean, TMU, they struggle again, but they are able to get a couple of things going for them. So they already point again, they got 30%, but also that was 3 ults on the side of UofT. We're going to have to see a huge beat that comes out of Roast Chicken for the chance that this overclock comes out huge for the side of TMU.
Yep, exactly. All the pressure is mounting now, and the Tracers are matching each other on the point. Nope, Lucio actually going to match Jova Bang. Getting Jova Bang pretty low HP, but he looks like he's going to be the one that comes out on top. Lucio pimping the heals, but not enough. Oates, though, gets another kill with the Terror Surge up on the high ground, and Zappy as well, saving that overclock for next fight. It's pretty good.
Yeah, really keen fight from TMU. But something that's even cleaner is the fact that UofT decided to actually just send it and sit there. Roast Chicken ends up contesting the point against the Tracer, and it ends up paying off because they get a little bit of extra percent, and they don't need to burn ults. They end up using the Terror Surge and the beat on the side of TMU Bold. Now there's going to be a slight ult advantage going in for UofT.
Yep, nice eat from Oates, preventing that grenade from getting a lot of chip damage in, but the overclock comes out from Zappy, not able to find any picks, and he's forced out by Haru. DJ Asher with the overclock in return, though, finds the kill onto Oates. Jova Bang, Zappy get kills on their own. Things are going pretty poorly for Academy Blues.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just a great fight from the side of TMU. It honestly looked really good for UofT when they opened it. They did a great job at spacing out that entire ult. The beat was also well timed for supporting the team, but they just weren't able to capitalize on. At the end of the beat, once the shield ended, all of UT didn't have the HP to sustain, and Jova was just able to secure all of the leftover kills. Now we're going to be on last fight territory with only 2 ults, maybe 3 on the side of UT.
You have 80% to 80%. This is where the dreams happen. They're going to start to force out of the side room.
Walking up, Haru is just looking for something, but the point is ticking. There's only 3% left, and Haru's going to have to touch.
Yeah, Haru dropping onto the low ground. He does have Terror Surge in the pocket. Gonna pop it early just to get that little bit of extra survivability. Immortality forced early, but Warhater Sam on the high ground with the window dueling Zappy and gets the kill. Nice job And now this is going to be a 5-on-4. No, make it a 4-on-4. Solo finds the solo kill on the high ground, but DJ Ashtray is able to melt down Oath with the help of a Blizzard. Haru getting a double kill as well. Jovabang not going down without a fight. That's going to be a cap for Academy Blue.
A massive kill for Warrior Sam. No one on the side of UofT was actually able to contest the high ground there. If he doesn't get that kill on Zappy, it's looking like a huge struggle for that fight. Haru's going to be swapping over to the D.Va just to touch a little bit faster, but this is going to make their brawl a lot harder, especially since TMU is coming up on a lot of ults. UofT, they really have nothing to their name unless Rickster finds a way to farm this beat as fast as possible.
Yep, exactly. No, Jovabang is setting up on the high ground. Zappy misses the translocator onto the high ground as well up on the balcony, but a nice air surge catches 3. Gets the kill onto Invader. Jovabang with the pulse bomb kill, and OT finds another in the cleanup. Beam meching Haro. There are their hopes dashed and gone, and that's going to be TMU Bold taking 0.1 on map 1.
Yeah, 100 to 99. I mean, this is exactly what we wanted, right? We wanted to see a close map, and this is how we're doing it. This was so close. If TMU didn't end up flipping those points on that first fight, on that second point, just for that little bit, even though they lost the fight, then we would have had one more fight. UofT would have had more ults, and we would have had a very, very different situation. Incredible play from TMU. All of these micro things are adding up. This is exactly what we said. Even in the mirror, even those abilities, even these objective changes, this is what's going to make the difference in these matches.
Yeah, I mean, you could really feel the pressure that TMU was able to put onto UofT, especially because UofT did not want to mirror the Tracer. They were committed to the Sojourn Bay comp, and that gave so much free reign to Jovabang. It was just an absolute menace on the Tracer. I feel like he would be like the difference maker on that.
Right, yeah. You said that the Tracer is the difference maker, and you're right. You know, I said a lot about the Mei, but the Mei is really important when you're able to separate the team and actually target something. I just haven't seen that much value from Invader on the Mei. The walls have been really, really hard to get. So we're hoping to see a little bit more of that from this fight as they start staging for this next point.
Yeah, exactly. Warming up they will, and now it's looking like an early fight on the point. TMU take a pretty advantageous early position. Gonna probably get the cap first if the fight doesn't stop them. Big Maywall coming out. Jovabang taken down low HP by a railgun. He gets taken down, and Haru as well with the kill onto Zappy. Now it's just a game of cleanup and a little bit of stagger as well. Just making sure to take out the trash.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the fight starts out the exact same way as it did last point. DJ Ashtray just finds a nice railgun, and they end up bursting them down. Pretty even damage across the board for UofT, so there will be no ults really coming up. Thankfully, Jova as well also didn't do too much damage to the pulse bomb. Is normally something you're worried about after first fight, but in this case, it won't be. It's going to be a lot of coming down to skills, rotates and matching rotates, and we're going to see right here that Team U's taking a new approach on this.
Yeah, I mean, this point also doesn't have a really crazy high round, so the Tracer isn't going to be able to punch them as hard, at least on the contestants themselves. Now TMU are going to be tasked with attacking them, though, as UofT have a pretty strong ground on the point. And although the Maywall does isolate Orisa from her team, it doesn't look like it's going to matter, though, just for now. As Orisa gets saved down low HP, War Hitter Sam, he has the window. Will he hold on to it? Immortality was forced out, and Zappy was able to take it down. Window comes out early. No. Haru falls to Zappy. And that's going to be a critical blow to the TMU team that's tasked with defending this point. And a nice pick as well, Jovabang. Cleaning up on point.
Man, I mean, what a clean fight from TMU. They don't even need to drop a single thing. And again, they only use the pulse bomb. It's really an ult that doesn't have that much. Now 4 ults on the side of TMU. There are going to also be 4 ults on the side of UofT. Sam, I think he just holds onto the window just a little bit late there. He holds onto it, he pops it, but unfortunately he has to reload to heal, and then Haru just isn't able to get sustained with the window. Now we're going to be looking at this next fight with UofT. They have to try to burn ults to break open this fight.
Yep, exactly. Now TMU Bold are going for a pretty similar strategy. They're going to be playing from the point. And no, DJ Ashtray just drops low HP. He keeps getting chunked down. You cannot have that happen, especially with the overclock that's going to be coming into play. Kitsune Rush opens up the fight, though. Solo taking down low HP. Solo down by Haru. Terra Surge, though. Oh, it's trying to make the difference. Zappy gets the kill onto DJ Ashtray. Zappy with a double kill onto Sam. Terra Surge, though, from Haru, trying to equal it out. No overclock from Zappy, though, just making sure that those plays are all null and void.
Man, I mean, Zappy, what a performance from him. They end up losing their carry even after a Kitsune Rush, and it's somehow after that, I think Solo just overextends a little bit. Haru is able to take advantage, but unfortunately for them, I mean, Zappy just ends up landing railgun after railgun after railgun during that overclock.
Yeah.
He's able to secure the fight for them, and now UofT, they're going to be on the back.
Yeah, exactly. And even though the only really real form of like first healing was gone for UofT so early, or for TMU was so early, it just didn't make the difference. And Haru, though, going to find another pick out the solo. Guys, 2 fights in a row. The first, and now DJ Asher popping the overclock just to make sure there is no more funny business happening. And trying to close out the fight as soon as possible, though. Oats blocking the cap, making sure that they get as much percentage as they can before things go down. Warrior Sam, though, feels threatened enough to pop the window. And that's going to secure a fight already, but at what cost?
Yeah, we're going to see how that ends up playing out, because that window could be the difference maker. UofT, they're looking at 1 and maybe 1.5 more fights to actually finish this round out. Whereas aside, of course, TMU, they only need to get 1 more fight in. They're gonna have the beat coming up, as well as probably the Terror Search that comes up in fight. We'll see if they want to commit it. On the other side, UofT, they're gonna have the beat, and we're gonna have to see how these beats match, and if UofT will be able to close this fight out before TMU is able to burn their ult and actually finish this fight off.
Exactly. And also, aside from the beats themselves, we see that Oats is 90% towards Terror Search, so that will likely come into play. And it looks like TMU Bold are just bash and bolding their way through. They're trying to find any picks onto the high ground as they can, but Beat and Terror Search following each other up hand in hand. DJ Ashtray falls early to Jovabang. Jovabang finding a double kill, make that 3, killing 5. As though Haru falls down to Zappy's overclock, and Min finds the cleanup kill onto Invader.
And that's going to be looking like it. Astra, he stays on the Sojourn, but even if he swaps, I don't think he's going to be able to touch. We're going to see Jova just trying his best. He's going to try to burn that pulse, but no, nothing's really going to happen. We're going to see Roaster can try to touch, but just nothing there. And I mean, man, that's a real close first point for us, a first map for us. But TMU, they're going to steal it away 99 to 100 both points.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that might have been a 2-0, but that was a super close 2-0. It felt like UofT, though, they were just constantly 1 foot behind what TMU was scheming up. UofT might have been winning the fights, but they just weren't able to keep control of the point for long enough that they were able to, get that 100% and secure that illustrious point. I mean, what are your key takeaways from that match?
Yeah, for sure. Something that I think you can see in Academy Blizzard's play is that they're just lacking a little bit of confidence there, especially when you're playing this Orisa Brawl with the Mei variant.
Yeah.
You have to have a lot of trust in your Mei and your Orisa core to be able to walk up and do that kind of damage.
Yeah.
One of the difficulties with that, obviously, is against the Tracer comp. It's really hard to lock down the Tracer. So a lot of times you have to force out the Orisa gold and see where you can go from there. You often have a push and pull kind of mechanism there where you have to pull the gold, you have to pull some Orisa cooldowns, and then you can start committing. I didn't see that from Academy Blues. I think they have really got a good job in general with their ult economy and whatnot. But I think there's a little bit of hesitance. We saw that with Warrior Sam, right? Windows. I think when you improve upon that, though, they'll get a lot better. And of course, the map looked really close, and that's not to take any away from TMU Bold, where we saw Jova. I mean, he was just doing amazing on the Tracer. I don't think I saw him miss a single pulse bomb.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Jova was just tearing up the rim, especially unchecked. We did see that Rose Chicken and Lucia was able to duel him a little bit, and then Tracer having that DPS passive, having the recall, all the blinks to her, right at her fingertips. There just wasn't really any matching to be done, especially from a support. So seeing them run free like that was pretty fun to watch, although a little bit traumatizing if you look at it from UofT's perspective.
Yeah, definitely. Marking the Tracer, and this is why Tracer is so strong, is because that character is so safe. But if you don't actually try to deal with her, she can be a huge thorn in the side. And I think that's exactly what we saw for UofT. So I'm hoping that when we go into this, they're going to take that into consideration. They're going to be kind of aware that they have to be more vigilant of that Tracer, right? Whether it is pairing someone else with Roast Chicken so that they can actually match Jova, or if they play a Tracer of their own, kind of just looking at something there, then I think that's going to help them a lot. TMU, on the other hand, I think that they just need to keep doing what they're doing. They're doing a really good job of finding those small opportunities, flipping the points when they need to, not trying to burn as many ults as they can, using those ults either proactively or reactively when they need to. I'm really impressed overall with how they're playing. I think if they keep it up, they have a pretty good chance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking really forward to seeing how this works, right? Because we do know that, first map is pretty influential in having that quick 3-0 if you're able to follow through with it. But we know that hybrid is just so different. And going on to King's Row, I mean, the classic Screamers Row, home if you're weird. It's just, we've seen it time and time again. Teams that take control, they either continue to steamroll through, or they can get held up pretty hard when it comes to the objective side.
Something else with just King's Row, as you said, Scrim's Row. People play this map a lot. I'm expecting both teams to be really comfortable on it. And what I'm really interested in is kind I'm going to be interested to see, if these teams decide to play a different style, right? We know that Orisa, usually with that Curie Lucio court, is pretty popular right now. She's pretty strong and she has a lot to sustain. But I think King's Row, especially on that first and second point, you have a lot more flexibility on your tank and what you're able to play. I'm really interested to see if any of these teams are going to pull out something just a little bit different than what we expect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, especially. And it does seem like we're going to have a little bit of a mix-up on the side of our UofT. Can you give us a little bit of a rundown on what we're seeing from the teams?
Well, I don't think they're actually going to be playing the Moira, but it looks like they are going to be sticking with the BAP. So something that is worth mentioning with the BAP versus the Curie is that BAP is obviously a lot better at keeping those groups sustained, right?
Yeah.
And so if we're looking at something where we have the cast and the main, this makes a lot more sense. We're going to be playing a lot more in kind of a death ball style. I'm expecting the Lucio to come in, and really what needs to be happening for this team is they're going to be using Lucio's speed. They're going to use that speed just to help them rotate, and then they're going to pop out with that Mei wall, and then just going to be death ball, have 5 people onto one, and then just look out from there.
Yeah. Oh, note though to watch out for Jova Bang. Going to open up on the Widowmaker. Can he find any picks early, especially with Roast Chicken setting up on the off angle? Be a little spicy. No, makes the switch to Tracer pretty early on after not really finding an opening pick. That's pretty standard, I'd say so far.
Yeah, pretty standard. They're just trying to find ways. You can see Jova, he's just trying to find just a little bit of space. This is where the Tracer comes in really handy. Just poking and prodding, finding those little gaps where possible. Now, on the other hand, I must take a mistake. There is actually a Moira on the side of UofT. Yeah. So the value of this Moira is going to come from how can they end up dueling or fighting any of those solo fights, right? If it's against either Curie, the Lucio, or the Sojourn, taking those 1v1s is going to be popular. But now Jova's already staged. UofT, they're stuck in a small room. How are they going to get out of this?
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit of a classic map flip as you see TMU taking the high ground behind the points. And now it looks like UofT might be a little bit split though. Chicken just cutting off the Orisa, making sure to do a little bit of damage and replenish those heals where she can. Immortality was baited up pretty early though, so it might spell doom for the side of UofT. Looks like Tracer and Cassidy. Oh, what a nice shot from DJ Ashtray, getting the nice clicks. Zappy though finds the kill into Haru. Zappy with a second. Gonna be busting this fight wide open, and I honestly don't see a way that UofT can recover.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a really, really nice shot from DJ Ashtray, but unfortunately, the rest of UofT, especially Haru in specific, he ends up falling. We see a lot of burst healing, but it's just probably not enough to stay. As you said, that Immort deal went down super early. It was a really well played fight from TMU, even though they're playing this kind of more Orisa core comp, right? With the Orisa, Curie, Lucio, they end up really utilizing the fact that they have the Sojourn and the Tracer to take these angles and really annoy and poke and prod the UofT. That's going to open up the first point for them, and they're going to go straight to the street raid.
Yeah, exactly. And now as we're heading into the push portion of the map, TMU are looking pretty, ready to go. They have a lot of ultimates at their disposal, and they should be able to blitz their way through this opening corner. Although UofT are just ready to make a fight. They're ready to hold this as hard as possible. And Invader, getting really close to his Blizzard, is going to try and get that last bit as soon as he can, though. TMU pushing in pretty deep, and a nice terror surge. There's just so many people around, and the Immortality falls early. Oh, it's finds the nice kill into War Hitter. Sam Blizzard, though, stops him in his tracks, and Har is able to find the kill onto Solo. Overclock, though, gets the return kills again. Red, blue. And Jova Bing with the 3K on that fight.
Man, I mean, that was such a close fight. We saw a ton of ults coming out. We saw Min honestly overextend just a little bit. Thankfully, off that overextension, Invader is able to just capitalize and get that kill and open up the fight. But now on the rest of the side, because that happened, the front line didn't have enough sustain and they ended up falling. We also saw a really good Blizzard come out from Invader, but he's going to swap over to the Sombra just because I don't think he feels like he's getting the value from the wall. So that makes enough sense. Lots of ults on the side of UofT, while only the beat on the side of TMU. We're going to have to see how that beat go huge if TMU wants to put this right here.
Yep, exactly. Now, oh my god, right as we say that, there's just 2 kills that happened simultaneously. As Invader on the newly picked Sombra is able to find a Jova Bang, eliminating the side lane threat. But no, Min is going to pop the beat, and it's go time. Roast Chicken and Haru fall pretty quickly after. And that's going to be a pretty fast second point cap. I don't think the objective was stopped at all there.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't touched basically at all other than just that corner. Now, what happened is, unfortunately, we can see where the BAP kind of falls flat because Warrior Sam, he gets picked off so early. And even though there's an ult advantage for you, they only end up needing to use the beat on the side of TMU because they ended up losing that healing from the Curie and just taking that slightly more slow sustained fight, cutting out that BAP lamp or that BAP window. They're able to just kind of survive and stay on for this next fight.
Yep. Now, TMU are being forced back a little bit by UofT as they're looking to hold this corner with a vengeance. And now with the ultimate advantage as well, it looks like they're going to have the pressure to keep it as well. Though Haru's falling dangerously low HP. Beat comes out to save him, and Haru's pushing pretty deep around the corner. Terror Surge on top of the enemy team. But no, Jovabang on the Ash, he just melts through him. Haru pushing it a little bit deep on what was not really that much HP in the grand scheme of things. Zappy, though, with the overclock, sorry to interrupt. He's looking thirsty. He's looking hungry for blood. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to find anybody off. With no solo, though, finds the sleeping roast chicken. Gives him a little bit of a left tap to the head. Oath with the Terror Surge as well, just continuing the stagger train.
I mean, TMU, it looks like they're just running through this map. The point has barely stopped at all. The cart is already here, and they have 3 minutes to sustain for UofT. They're going to stop the lamp, and unfortunately, they're also swapped over to the Diva. There's going to be a lot of more a possibility for them to touch, but I just don't know if they'll have the damage. But I think Roast Chicken's going to go down, and now unfortunately Haru, he's kind of stuck alone. You have Sam over on the Curie just trying to sustain him, but unfortunately once Haru goes down and once that mech's over, it's going to look really tough.
Yep, now Haru, D-Mech, even though there's a Vicinity Rush, it's not going to be able to do anything with the baby Diva on the field. And that's going to look like it's it for the attack. Making sure to push in with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining on the clock. It's a pretty dominant showing so far from UofT.
Yeah, I mean, TMU, they honestly do such a great job there. As I said, you know, Kings Row, when we talk about scrims, it talks a lot about comfortability, and I think at TMU, they look really, really comfortable on the map. They did a really, really good job in terms of finding ways to take advantage of map geometry, right? Finding those corners, using those to break past corners. That's where the choke points and things happen, right?
Yeah.
And so when they're finding those small rotations where they can, utilizing that tracer movement, utilizing that OCS speed boost, and getting all of their units around, clearly, they're doing well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm especially looking forward to the way that we're going to be attacking now, because we saw that TMU were not able to, that UofT were not able to group efficiently together and really halt UofT's advance. But now the ball is in their court. UofT are going to be, dictating the motion of the ocean. They're going to be the ones attacking, and they're going to take the fights at their pace. And how TMU Bold is able to sort of react to that is yet to be seen. And it does look like they're going to be running back more of the same as, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. TMU, they're going to come back with pretty much the exact same comp. We saw Jovabang so comfortable on the Tracer so far. Yep, and I'm just waiting to see if maybe these changes on team or on UofT side are going to be able to sort of resurrect the value.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen how TMU is going to be able to react to the dive on the side of UofT, and I really like this kind of change, right? Change up the pace. They feel like that it's not working if they're trying to match the Arista or anything like that. So instead, they're going to swap over. I think this is a really intelligent change, and we're going to see them. They already look just for a quick dive on the Lucio. They don't get anything, but now look at the space. TMU is doing the exact same, or UofT is doing the exact same thing that TMU did to them. They're taking all these space, all these angles, and they're just trying to find a way to take their way in.
Yep, TMU is getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine as UofT is surrounding them right now, but Jovabang finds the early pick on the war hit for Sam. It just keeps happening. It just keeps conjuring these picks out of midair.
Yeah, I mean, Invader is able to find Min, but unfortunately, Haru gets D-Mech, and that's going to be a huge stop for the side of UofT. Now, Min's going to be able to get back in time. As TMU, they're just trying to chase and Sigurd a couple of these kills, but it looks like they're just going to find it.
Yeah, and now heading off again, it looks like TMU are going to be opting for a bit of more of a confrontational stance as they're going to be defending around the main statue, trying to stop them from pushing a little bit too far. Though Sojourn gets surrounded, gets packed, and gets taken down by Haru.
Yeah, I mean, what an amazing dive from the side of UofT. Invader doing a really good job paying out the targets, and these are the exact targets you want to see. First goes down Sojourn, second goes down Lucio. Now they're just going to be up 2 characters, and they're just going to be walking over. DJ Ashtray falling dangerously low, but thankfully Roast Chicken is there to help. Now Haru is going to be able to hold the front line, and it looks like that UofT is going to be able to capture nicely.
Yeah, I mean, those were some pretty textbook plays coming out by UofT. I mean, you feel like they studied, okay, we know exactly this person is there, this person is that. We're going to call out Sojourn, Lucio, and then Tracer. That was magnificent to watch.
Yeah, awesome stuff. But unfortunately, it seems that UofT, they're not taking the card yet. It looks like they're just going to let the progress take a little bit from that first little burst of movement. But They still don't have anyone on the cart. It's going to be the Invader. He's going to be looking for a little bit of a pick. Hacks the Mega away from the team of TMU. That's going to be great. But now TMU, they're going to be walking up. Oats is going to look for a spear, but gets eaten by Haru. But unfortunately, that doesn't even matter because Rushiken's still going to get shredded. Still falling dangerously low as Haru is trying to queue for the rest of his team. But now Oats is going to have a huge Terror Surge. Amazing Dusu coming out from Warrior Sam, as well as the Kitsune Rush. Haru's going to take down Solo. Haru, the bomb is actually going to somehow get Jova, and now Invader's going to also get Min. Oat, he's going to end up picking up Invader in the backline and just chasing as Arissa, but unfortunately the supports and the tank on the side of UofT are going to sustain, and they're going to be taking over this corner.
Yep, man, they just, it was so back and forth, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, but Academy Blues came out on top, and now they're going to be pushing forward with a lot of powerful ultimates at their disposal. The Blade, the EMP, the Beats, that's a lot to deal with all at once, and all that TMU Bold have to retaliate with is just Min's Beats.
Yeah, I mean, UofT, like as I said, swapping that style has been looking pretty good for them. They're able to play up to a pace that seems a little bit more comfortable for them. Warrior Sam now, he's going to get a little bit low, and Invader, he's also looking for a hack, but it gets interrupted. But again, as we said, we have the EMP. It looks like the EMP is coming in.
Nice.
It hits 5, and that's going to be a huge capitalization on the side of UofT. DJ Ashtray, he's going to end up using the Blade Cuts to secure the fight. Now both teams are going to match the beats right after, even after the EMP. Haru is falling a little bit low. It looks like he might get DMAC because Warrior Sam is no longer alive. Oh, DJ Ashtray, he looks for the kill on mid, but isn't able to get it. Oh, it's looking dangerous now. Jova and Zampi, they're doing so much damage. Both the Pulse and the Overclock have been used in the fight. Haru's able to get mid and finish off that kill, but it looks like nothing's going to actually get done as TMU, they stand strong even after the 5-man EMP.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they started off the fight so well, but then following that, after Min dropped the beat, it just felt like things were starting to spiral a little bit out of control as TMU was just able to reclaim control of the fight entirely.
Yeah, it looks like unfortunately the side of UofT, they just weren't able to pick a target fast enough to kill something off of the 5-man EMP. And there was a really great job in terms of TMU and how they maneuvered away from it. Now UofT, they're going to be going back to the basics. They're going to try to find a way to open up the site. Jova is going to end up using his recall really early. It's going to be 10 seconds to that stuff. He can't really commit to a dive very easily. But now TMU, they have the terrorist.
Yep, and it is looking like a spicy fight indeed as Jovabeng meets Haru up on the high ground, and Zappy is going to be the target of the first dive. Sojin slides away, manages to save herself just for a little bit longer. Jovabeng being a menace on the background, though. Haru and Invader find their opening picks, and that's going to spell doom. Oh, Terror Surge, though, finds a little bit of a pickup. Oh, it's gets the kill into War Hitter Sam. DJ Ashtray is here left to pick up the scraps. Lucio does get hacked, and that's going to spell doom for him as well. You know, Academy Blue is looking pretty nice rolling around at the second point. You're going to have a total of about 3 minutes to push this in, so either way this happens, they're not going to end with the same amount of time as TMU did, but any time works because that's going to allow them more time, it's going to allow them an overtime push, and that's going to get the ball rolling further for a potential take on this match.
Yeah, and that's going to be the real difference maker. We'll see if they get overtime here as this next fight starts up. The Invader, he's just farming up his EMP, but unfortunately he gets picked before he can pop it. Warrior Sam already committed the rush. It's going to be a rush and a rush. But now also TMU, they commit the B. Lots of damage coming in from the side of TMU. Also UofT, they're actually going to commit the B as well. DJ Ashtray, he's trying to farm up for his blade, but Warrior Sam already goes down. Roast Chicken follows right after that as the Arissa is able just to walk straight on them. Solo walks dangerously low as Haru's able to pick off the kill, but now Haru has no more healers. And DJ Ashtray first falls. Haru gets DMAX. He's going to have to try to find a way down as he ends up burning the eject mech, and now unfortunately it looks like there's going to be nothing that can be done. We're going to have to see if Haru can do anything, but UofT, they're still going to get a little bit of progress, but nothing huge.
I mean, they still have a good amount of time left in the bank, and TMU, they blew a lot of ultimates there, so it's just going to be Oats with the Terror Surge now. But UofT, they have the EMP, and the EMP catches 3. Another fat EMP after a fat EMP. And the Terror Surge from Oats, though, managing to secure his poor victim. DJ Ashtray with the blade. He's able to find one, but Oats and Jovabeng turns him back. Jovabeng with a double kill. Min finds another as well. Oh, man. They're not really able to secure those. They get the picks early on, but they're not able to convert that into a stable lead.
Oh, and that's going to be a back-breaking fight for UofT. You know, as we said, they need at least 1 second, only 1 second, to be able to play into this next. If they even catch the point, to be able to play and not just end on a tie. But they use 2 of their DPS ults. They're not able to get anything, and now going into this fight, it's going to be really different.
Yeah, I mean, things are looking pretty dangerous now. Tick-tock goes the clock Now Jovabing is looking for a cheeky little pick with his pulse bomb. Not a massive stick for it. Let's see if he can put it to good work. The Mega did get hacked though, so he's going to lose a lot of resources to deal with. Nice Kune rush though. Kune rush from both sides as Daffy pops the high noon, not able to make things happen though. No kills from it, but Jovabing. Oh no, I called it too soon. As Haru got demeched into an early death.
Looks like it was trying to be a little bit of a soft fight, but it seems like he did use the rush. Zappy, he ends up using the Deadeye to just stall against it, and there's going to be a lot of ults being used on the side of TMU. But now with that, those ult uses, they're not going to be complaining, because now look at the time for UofT. They're not going to be able to cap anymore with 1 more time. They're at best playing for a tie here, and I don't even know if he'll get it. The roast chicken, he's going to be coming up on the beat, and that's about the best of it.
Yep, exactly. Now Jovabing on the off angle yet again. We've seen it time and time again how he can just make these things work. Owens though gets hacked on the front line, gonna take down really low HP. Pops a Terror Surge though. Zappy with a nice pick onto Roast Chicken. The Terror Surge converts him to 1 kill, and Jovabing is able to find one with the melee. Haru though doesn't go down with a fight. It's just not enough.
Yeah, I mean TMU. The last map was looking pretty good for UofT, but this one, it looks like TMU is just so drilled on King. They know their rotation so well, and they're finding such a great way to take advantage of the Tracer that is Jova, and he's just finding ways to just pester the backline, really make it difficult for them to do their job. And it's just overall really, really impressive from the side of TMU. Now UofT, they're going to be on the back foot. They have 3 maps to win, and they're not going to have a single map choice after this one.
Yeah, exactly. And now heading into push, right, you've got a lot of opportunities to kind of dictate the style of play you want to go into, right? You got Esperanza, you got Toronto, and you got Coliseum. All of them have their own different strengths and weaknesses. And if you're thinking in the headspace of Academy Blues, right, they dropped Antarctic Peninsula, they dropped Kings Row, what kind of map would you want to see?
If I'm Academy Blues, I'm trying to think of something where we can make the Tracer have a little bit of a hard time.
Yeah.
And so one of the maps that comes to me is probably New Queen Street. There's a lot more, the lanes are a little bit more open on that map. It makes it a little more difficult for Tracers to find their advantage. So if anything, that's something where I'd probably want to go. Other than that, Academy Blues, as I said, just like the hesitance is still just a little bit there. And it seems like they're getting a little bit better, especially when they're playing that dive and they did that nice swap. I think they found themselves getting a little bit of rhythm there, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough.
I mean, whether or not it's enough, I think it's kind of grown pretty clear how UofT is kind of struggling. They're buckling under the pressure, and UofT, I feel like there are some key problems that they need to address, and most importantly of them is going to be that the conversion, the kill rates, right? Being able to get all that damage out is cool and all, but getting those final picks in, that's been a little bit of a sore spot, and it's a sore spot that TMU Bold have been able to execute on pretty well. I mean, I keep singing his praises, right? And it's pretty easy to point out the DPS, but Jovabing has just had such an impact so far. I feel like every fight I'm yelling Jovabing's name over and over and over again. He finds one, he finds two, gets the pulse bomb stick, gets the off-angle kill. You just keep seeing stuff like that, and the Tracer living, most importantly afterwards, that's just such an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, the Tracer has been doing a really good job, as you've been saying. And if we want to mention some other players on TMU as well, I think I've been really impressed with Solo on Curie in general. Yeah. He's been doing a really good job matching these duels. Whenever he gets marked by Lucio, marked from the other flex support, no matter what it is that Sam is playing, he never really ends up losing a duel, or at least he doesn't end up dying. And that's really, really crucial, because what we're seeing is basically Solo. It makes it really, really hard to get to them. Even in those maps where we saw them get to Solo, they end up using so many resources. They end up using Javelin, they end up using the Orisa Spin, they end up using a lot of ways to get to that carry. And then for the after fight, it just basically ends because they use so many resources, they have no way to sustain themselves, even if the other team loses the carry.
And, well, I made a bit of an error earlier. We're going to be going over to Flashpoint as our next map. And it's going to take us over to Surabasa. I mean, Surabasa, it's a map, right? And the Flashpoint map pick is kind of a lie, because whether you go to New Jump City or you go to Surabasa, you're kind of getting a similar experience either way. Surabasa is going to be a lot more friendly to those Orisa comps that we've grown ever so used to, potentially tired of. And I'm sure that's going to get mixed up soon enough anyways. But the lack of all that strong high ground positioning is really going to help out and give UofT, that kind of advantage that they're looking for here, is not going to have to match those tracers on the disadvantaged angles for them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what it is that UofT pulls up. Maybe they play that dive again, try to take advantage of what they can. But other than that, we'll have to see, right? TMU, I mean, they've just been playing so on top of the game, and they're even playing a little bit.
I mean, looking. Right, because what happens on a point, especially the first fight, that is going to be like 50-60% of the cap progress. The flashpoint, the points just go so fast. This is really going to be a series of first fights over and over and over again to decide who takes this cap.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot more of a Brawly pop, and we're actually going to see Sam roll on the Moira. I honestly like this a lot. This is going to be a very, very aggressive comp. They're going to be looking for the Sojourn for sure. We can already see the Invader. He's going to be popping up for a fight here, so big eyes on him. Haru's going to be staging. The hack already comes in. It's going to be on the Lucio. Nice. Lucio is able to get an incredible Sulu from solo. He's going to be able to sustain for just a little bit longer, but it seems like Zappy overextends just Sam though goes down, and the Invader also goes down, even though they get Zappy solo and getting traded. Both flex supports and 1 DPS down for both teams, but Haru is DNEC. He no longer has the HP pool to really sustain for the team. It looks like he's going to go down. Jobang is going to be cleaning up alongside Oaks, and it's going to be a flip for TMU, even though the fight seems to start.
You disrespect the Tracer, you're going to get the horns. And we saw how UofT were trying to execute. They hacked the Lucio, all dove in on top of them. They weren't quite able to find the kill, so instead they turned their focus over to Sojourn. And then, even though they were able to get the kill, Tracer was already on their behinds, trading them out. Now we are going to see a little bit of a swap. Zappy making his way over to the Reaper and solo on the Moira. Making sure to kind of mitigate those dives as far as possible and survive as high as you can. Now Oats and Zappy find 2 picks, trading back for the loss of Jovabang. The loss of Jovabang is a pretty significant one. Tar is able to find a kill onto solo as well. Oats trading it back though onto Warhitter Sam.
It's going to be looking like a close fight for TMU again. Haru's going to be out of mech, and he's actually going to get staggered just a little bit here. And looks like Zappy will put him out of his misery. But the cap is going to go through to TMU. They'll get the first point of the flashpoint. There's going to be a blade coming up for UofT, but it's going to be also meant from the beat. This is going to be a really, really tough time for UofT. They've been looking for these dives, but as you said, those swaps coming in from TMU, with both these characters having some kind of ability that really gives them invulnerability for a little bit, keeps them away from being a hack target. Now, basically, the only hack target on the side of TMU is going to be the Lucio. But that Lucio always paired with the Sarissa. Oaks has been doing a fantastic job peeling for mid, and it's going to be really difficult for UofT to get in. We're going to have to see exactly what to do.
Exactly, and also, leading us into this point, this is going to be a Q party, and oops, all Q's Fiesta. And we got 4 ults for both sides, but it looks like the Fiesta is not going to happen quite yet, though. Solo finds an opening.
Solo is going to be able to kill Sam, and it looks like everyone's just going to do a complete reset off of that. Very understandable. Losing your flex support, losing the bulk of your healing that early is going to be tough. But unfortunately, you look at that fight, they weren't even able to use any of their resources, and that's going to be really, really tough that you go in. Now, Invader, he might be able to get his EMP for the beat eventually. It looks like Zappy's just messing around. And that's going to be maybe the biggest fight maker that we can get here, but that's going to be met with basically every single ult on the side of TMU. This fight's going to be a very big one.
Yep, now leading in 4 ults to 4, waiting to see who pops theirs first. Who cracks into the pressure? Looks like it's going to be Solo. Tanks the hack, involves the coalescence afterwards. Invader does fall. Oats finding a nice kill into Roast Chicken as well. There's going to be 2 members down. Haru jumps off the map to reset. And damn, that was a close one. Or not close per se, a quick one.
Yeah, it was super, super quick. Sam, he ends up using his Cole, but no one else actually uses an ult on the side of UofT. It looks like that what they want to do is that they want to keep the ult economy up, take this point, and then use the rest of their ults with any leftover ults that they can, secure it, and then reset the ult economy up for both sides. Now, all of the eyes are going to be on Invader. How can he find an impactful EMP? We have to also look at Min. How will Min get his peel or the lack of? It's going to be a 4-man EMP, and we're going to see now Invader actually goes down, though. Can they capitalize? He's looking for a way to get a blade in. He's going to actually be able to pop the blade. Zappy goes down, Min goes down, but there's also going to be 3 people dead on the side of UofT. Roast Chicken isn't able to use the beat. It's just Haru now because Invader died pretty early. He's going to drop the bomb on point. But thanks to the recall and also the extra taking this from Marissa and the solo's fade, they aren't even getting anything. Haru's going to go down, and it's only 1 point away for TMU to close out this entire series.
Yeah, man, that fight was particularly tragic. You saw all the ultimates coming out. They contested at 99%. They just weren't able to convert any of those kills. And now Haru making a swap. Oh my god, what a stick from Joba Bang! Just leaving his mark on Invader while he's at it. 20 seconds until the flashpoint unlocks. This gives TMU a pretty good position to get the first cap as they have been. And they're going to just try and choke UofT Academy Blues out of this game.
Yeah, it's looking tough, man. Like TMU just has such good momentum here. They feel so comfortable. You can see that just in all of their movements, the way that they're playing, they feel so in the zone with each other. Haru's going to be swapping over to the Sig, trying to look for a little bit of ways to brawl and sustain for his team, using the shield, using the grasp. But it looks like he's just going to get run over by the Orisa. There's going to be nothing that he can be doing. This fight is basically as good as over, unless Invader has something to say about it. But no, it looks like that the fight's going to close. Looks like they're going to reset. And UofT, they're only a couple of fights away from closing out, or sorry, TMU is only a couple fights away from closing the series.
Yep, now 30% of the point already gone. Like we mentioned before, that flashpoint, it caps so fast. And by the time that UofT are able to regroup and to get another fight in, it's already going to be 50-60%. Now leading back in, Roast Chicken, he still has the beat. But now TMU have been able to farm so many more ultimates. They have the Terracers, they have the Coalescence. Talking about Coalescence, they pop it early. This is going to be a game fest for now, though. Zappy and Oates find both the opening picks. Calling a little bit of doom and gloom.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Sam is able to get it with his life. Just maybe if he dies here, that's brutal, but no, it looks like he'll be able to get back. But it's only one fight for UofT, even if there is any 15% and ticking. They have to get there super fast. I actually don't even know if they'll have the ability to. Roast Chicken is basically the only one who's been able to do it. But with the Invader going down, none of the else really getting touched. 2% left. Oh, it does look like someone's able to touch. I think it's Roast Chicken. DJ Astra, he's trying to help heal, stay alive, but no, it's just going to be Roast Chicken on the point. He's able to flip it, but at what cost? The rest of his team is gone. The Lucio is dead. There's no beat that's able to be used. And TMU, it looks like they're going to be closing out this series with just this cap.
There you go. That's the dying breath of Lucio right there as Min pops the celebratory beat onto the point. That's going to be a quick and dirty 3-0, not only for the flashpoint, but for the series as a whole. There you go. TMU are your NACE Open Plus champions. Let's give them a round of applause from everyone in person. Let's go! Woo! There you go. I'm not sure if you guys heard that on the stream, but everybody's cheering over in person. And it looks like we're going to see a bit of a cheeky reaction.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations to TMU. You can tell that they worked hard for this. The way that they played, they're playing in the zone. They're really playing together as a team. And it was just really impressive what we saw from them overall. Yeah. I'm sure that they're happy also to win on their home turf. They're happy to win this Toronto versus Toronto battle. So all the congratulations goes to them.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm a little disappointed in how things went out. I thought it would be a little bit closer in my opinion. But hey, I mean, maybe next year we'll see them play against the UofT team.
Yeah, I mean, there's not like we're trying to flex or anything, but of course they haven't actually fought the main team. We'll see if they're actually able to do against that. But that's not to take away anything from TMU. They played fantastic. I'm sure they're happy with their performances, and very huge congratulations for them for becoming the champions of the NACE Open Plus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm also looking forward to seeing a quick little interview that we've got prepared for you guys. We're going to be bringing over the TMU team captain to share some words with the stream. We'll be right back, guys.
Okay, and here we have our team captain for TMU Bold. Congratulations, Solo. How does it feel to become the NACE?
Feeling good. Looking for, it was a big win, obviously, today. This is our first championship that we've won as a team. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Glad with the result.
Yeah, and I'm super happy for you guys. I talked to you before the game. You told me that a lot of the team is really new. How was kind of the growth of the team throughout this year?
It's been very steady. We started out last semester. We didn't really have too good of results. Same thing in NACC, which is the other tournament we play in. We made it to playoffs. We didn't make it to the end. Same thing this year around. We didn't make it. But NACE is looking a lot better for us. We made it to playoffs last year where we lost 3-0. Better this time as we won it. So that's always a good thing. But it's been a steady growth. A lot of improvement for everybody. So really happy for us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like that you guys did a really, really great job. You know, we saw a lot of the Aristocom. What do you think is kind of the comfortability with the team right now in terms of like their flexibility, you know, having these new players?
Yeah, well, it definitely helps because we had to figure out kind of like where, like what composition or what players to put in because we have two other players. We have another DPS and we have Kevin, who's been a lot busier this year. Our other DPS, by the way, is Hydrogen. So we were kind of figuring around a lot of me playing on tank because I am a tank player, but we ended up on having me on support, and we found a lot of success. We tried that in playoffs, but I think we got really lucky with the current meta we're in. Rissa is really strong for Oats. It's just a lot of comfort picks for all of us. So they worked out in the end, but we're very flexible, and it was a good meta.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great, you know, and something I want to talk about is that you guys are playing in the Open Plus division. Do you guys think that you're going to move maybe to Open Premier or maybe Varsity Premier, you know, looking into the future?
It's definitely something we'd be interested in looking at. I enjoy playing at the highest level possible. Again, outside of collegiate, I do play in OWCS with my team Shikigami. So I always love competing. So it's definitely something we'll bring up to staff and see if we can move up for the next division. But if not, looking forward to running it back again next year.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much, Solo. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we head off?
I just want to give a shout out to the team. Again, we did a lot to improve to get to where we are. A lot of good results. Give a little shout out to Caprixo. She was good organizing. And shout out to everybody who helped organize this event. It was a great turnout. So again, thank you everybody for watching, and thank you everybody for showing up here in person.
Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning into the stream. This is going to be the last stream, I believe, for UTAO this week, or sorry, not this week, for this term. We'll be back in the summer probably for some other cool stuff. So hopefully you guys stay in tune. Definitely stay in touch with TMU. Thank you guys to TMU for helping us get this all set up, and Red Bull for obviously sponsoring and creating the venue. We'll catch you guys later and have a great night.
Bye.
You know what? I can respect it. Respect for the ego. Vivid going in gold here, really just tanking all of that damage without those abilities, those cooldowns, while Aqua take down everyone. Oh, we should be playing alone there. It's not 1v1, but you know what? I can respect it. Respect for the ego. Vivid going in gold.